Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got a funny ass quote from this one too.
Word.
Oh yeah, this one was funny to me.
What up, y'all? The Divine Brothers Book Club, the dopest book club that there is. 48 Laws of Power. Law 39, we here. Stir up waters to catch fish.
Hmm.
Anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. You must always stay calm and objective. But if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you gain a decided advantage. Put your enemies off balance, find the chink in their vanity through which you can rattle them, and you hold the strings.
Mm.
Let's talk about it.
This is funny, bro.
You said you had a
We
quote.
could use this so many. Yeah, this one was a quote that I picked out that they said Napoleon was talking about against his Talleyrand, one of the ministers.
Mhm.
He was talking shit because he heard about the conspiracy theory that they had lined up against him to get him out of the throne or whatever. So he lined all the ministers up and just started talking shit, popping. And he knew it was Talleyrand. So he like, damn, man, I don't know. I should just get you murked, but I don't really have that time to do that. And then he said, you didn't even tell me that old boy was the lover of your wife. And he said, you're nothing but shit in a silk stocking. And I thought that shit was really funny, bro, because he was on his head. He was on his head trying to see if he was gonna snap and lose his cool, and then basically telling himself like all that shit was true. But Talleyrand kept his composure, and he was poised with it. Like, oh, bro, I didn't even know that was in your business. I'm sorry. Next time I'll let you know. And Napoleon lost it, but he let his emotions, his anger, get control of him. And basically, the book was pointing out that when you do that, you basically showing that you lost already. When you're reacting like that, when somebody get a rise out of you and you lose your control of yourself, it's over. Now you look like a kid throwing a tantrum. So
Indeed.
basketball, like what's your boy name? Pat Bev. You know how the defense he be playing, doing all that shit just to get somebody flustered, then you out of your game. So basically the whole reoccurring theme about the book, control your emotions. That'll be the end of.
That's what I had. That was one of my first notes was control your emotions.
Yeah, straight up.
Emotions, man, they cover emotions. We talk about emotions a lot. Emotions come up a lot in a lot of these laws, and how they pertain to your demise. You know what I mean? Either your ascend or your demise. It could
Yeah.
go either way. By not having them in check or having them in check. So I think one of the key elements of power pertains to your emotions and how you control them and their influence on your decision making.
Control you.
Indeed. Also in the book they're talking about Haile Selassie and his rise to power, and how he was able to play on the emotion of one of his strongest enemies, who that was like really one of his last obstacles that he had to get out of the way. And he literally used he really used their emotions against him
He planned to the end.
all the way to the end. He followed through.
End. Like
Followed through.
he planned to the
You got
end.
to follow through.
Yeah.
Trip.
I that the one of the writings in red from Arthur Schopenhauer, that one was deep. I'm gonna read it because I was just like, damn, this is, and it goes back to what we talked about earlier too. If possible, no animosity should be felt for anyone. To speak angrily to a person, to show your hatred, what you say, or by the way you live is an unnecessary proceeding, dangerous, foolish, ridiculous, and vulgar. Anger or hatred should never be shown otherwise than in what you do. And feelings will be all the more effective in action, insofar as you avoid the exhibition of them in any other way. It is only the cold-blooded animals whose bite is poison. And I just thought that was super interesting because we talked about actions earlier, where words are weak if actions don't speak. Not winning the argument through words, but by being active and letting your actions do your talking. And that literally made me think about what we had covered because I'm like, damn, like anger or hatred should never be shown. It's like you take your mental note and then you
I
do.
got you. I'm gonna write duly noted. I
Yeah.
got you. And when the time is right, the timing, just like you said in the previous laws, when the timing is right, when I strike, I'm gonna strike hard like Ty Cobb with a bat. Like a physicist with the antithesis, like Steve Jobs when he raps.
And I'm going to plan all the way to the end and get my Holly on. I'm gonna make sure.
And destroy you.
Sure.
Destroy you.
I'm gonna make sure. And it's funny because from humans to an aquatic animal, like listening to the title, stir up the water to catch the fish. You gotta think about it. We all been angry before. Like, dog, your anger clouds your reason. You cannot think properly. Like when people, I love when I watch old boxing stuff or where you be in the gym and you can get under somebody's skin. Because if you can get under somebody's skin, they cannot fight properly at all. Because they way over emotional. Like, this is one of the best recent examples. I watch just about everything. When Conor McGregor won the featherweight title from Jose Aldo, bruh, he used this law to perfection. He got so under that man's skin. He got under that man's skin so much that when that round started, Jose darted out and threw some shit that was so easy for Conor to counter and got knocked out.
He strayed away from his discipline.
Strategy was gone.
Game plan, and he just went in wide open, and it left Conor. Man, that was a perfect setup. Perfect setup.
Yeah, and this absolutely is. And then I thought it was also interesting in reading a book where it talked about the where are you? The uncontrollable emotions. And they were pride, vanity, love, and hate. And it was just like, damn. Because we talked about that earlier too. We were mentioning love and hate being powerful emotions, really one and the same. It's just whichever way you took the scale. Because the easy way to do that is to think about sporting fans. Like a person who loves the Red Sox hates the Yankees. And both powerful emotions just used differently. But also when it was like pride and vanity, like if you hurt somebody pride or wound their vanity, like, and that just shows you how much of a G Talleyrand was, because I can only imagine that court that Napoleon Hill had a ton of people in there. And he said, he called that man a piece of shit in a silk stocking. Told the whole world, pretty much, he like, nigga, use a pitch and Future's fucking your girl.
Yeah, homie smashing your girl.
Only you getting a silk stocking. I'm like, damn. Didn't even blink, huh?
And bruh, he let it like, all right, yeah, yep, go ahead. What else?
That's control.
He walked away like such poor manners. Like,
I got a couple of quotes. So to expound on the Tally, on my man Tally, right?
Yep.
In the face of a hot-headed enemy, an excellent response is no response. You don't give them, you don't reciprocate that same energy. When you not right then and there. When you do it with your actions.
Mm-hmm. Like we said, duly noted.
I got you.
You know, we always are quoting this movie, but we can't. It's one of the greatest. Stir up the waters to catch the fish. Michael and listening to Vito, and Vito giving him game, and they started moving all the pieces around. And imagine if Michael didn't control his emotions when Vito told him in the car ride back, whoever comes to you with the Barzini meeting,
that's who the rat is.
That's yep. And as soon as Vito died, at the funeral, bro.
At the funeral. Out of all places, he came immediately. The dirt wasn't even on my man yet.
Barzini wants to meet. I'll set it up. My territory. And then he like, damn.
It's you.
It was like, smart business move. Tessio was always smarter. But he controlled his emotions. And then he planned all the way to the end. And my man sat at that baptism. Michael, do you denounce God? Do you denounce the devil? And da-da-da-da for the... I do.
Yeah.
And it's a whole lot going on while I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was like another excellent, because the waters were stirred, caught the fish, controlled his emotions, and got it done.
Got it done. Yep.
Yeah, man.
One last quote from my man Sun Tzu. A sovereign should never launch an army out of anger, and a leader should never start a war out of wrath.
Straight up.
All the way through. Don't lead with your emotions. Weigh all of your options and their consequences to the end. What could be to the end in every scenario.
It's a whole lot of wisdom in these books, y'all. We're just doing our part, trying to help y'all out and share. Segue to y'all sharing and y'all liking and subscribing. You know what I'm saying?
And it's about like 5 people. And those 5 people send to 25 people and so on.
You know? What was the key word y'all took from this?
Control.
G.
Strategize.
I got the same word. I had the same word. Let me try to think of one off the top. Stir up the waters, catch the fish. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keeping that same word, strike, because that's what I had. Like, and it's funny because it fit perfect with B word. Because you got to have control in order to strategize properly.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all, that's Law 39 for you. And we already told you, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And tap in with us. Blessings.
Love.
Peace.